Welcome back, everyone, to Campfire Spookhouse, episode 8. Today we are reviewing Brian De Palma's Carrie from 1976, written by Lawrence D. Cohen, and the novel was, of course, written by Stephen King. The movie starring Sissy Spacek as Carrie White, Amy Irving as Sue Snell, William Catt as Tommy Ross, Nancy Allen as Chris Hargensen, John Travolta as Billy Nolan, Betty Buckley as Miss Collins, PJ Soles as Norma Watson, and Piper Laurie as Margaret White, Carrie's mother. And the description is Carrie White, a shy, friendless teenage girl who is sheltered by her domineering religious mother, unleashes her telekinetic powers after being humiliated by her classmates at her senior prom. This film was made on a budget of $1.8 million, and its box office return was $33.8 million.
Yeah.
Not bad at all, man. Not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
So, having watched Brian De Palma's Carrie, I know you said it had been a while.
I only remember the major parts.
Right.
But I didn't remember how it all led up to that.
Right. Discussing this film, Carrie, which I think is an all-time classic. I have seen it before when I was younger as a child. It scared the hell out of me. Now I find it to be more of a beautiful tragedy as I watch the film. Rock, what do you think about the type of themes or social messages that this film is sending?
Well, it's certainly like a product of its time.
Mm-hmm.
In certain respects. It came out in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that you notice was, once again, it being a different time, just how women are not necessarily even portrayed, but how women are kind of received within the society, and that is young women as well. I mean, they're in high school, so even if they are they're seniors, so I suppose the oldest they could be is 18.
Yeah.
So a bunch of 18-year-old women, / girls.
Yeah.
And kind of how they treat like other people. When you think about it, I think one of the hardest things for me to watch in this particular movie was how willing people were to kind of pile on in order to be a part of the in crowd.
Right.
They were willing to pile on to this girl who bothers no one,
keeps to herself.
Like,
yep.
she actively avoids anything. She barely speaks. She
Yeah.
will literally run in the opposite direction if being confronted in any sort of way.
Right.
And that's the person that they choose.
That's who they target. Yeah.
Yeah, which to me is, I suppose I never understood that. Me being someone who grew up in the 90s and 2000s, being a child in the 90s, really, you experienced some of that to an extent, but this was the 70s, so I can imagine it was worse. I just remember it being more difficult to treat people that way.
Yeah. Prior
to social media, texting, whatever, direct messaging someone, saying the most vile, crazy crap.
Yeah, and I mean, cyber bullying can be, I mean, that's cruel as fuck as is now, but, back then, like, they were vicious.
This is why I had no issues with whatever repercussions that they received, because
of course,
it takes a special kind of just evil son of a bitch to do all of that to someone. Like the amount of planning, it is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's so I suppose it speaks to what it's like to be an outcast in I suppose like a small town, what people are treated like. She was an outcast in many ways. Being a young girl was one of them.
Yeah.
But being not the right type of young girl.
Also being telekinetic as well. She had an ability that she knew that she had.
Yeah, and then of course, she kind of researched it and to find out more about it. But it's not like anybody else knew that she was telekinetic.
True.
If they did, they probably would have calmed down.
Yeah. I think it's definitely the representation of evil and the repercussions of it.
Yes.
I mean, her mom is as crazy and psychotic as her mother was.
Yeah.
That was her biggest fear too, is that she was trying, in her way, she was trying to save her daughter Carrie from the evil that is in the world all around her.
Yes.
Also, you got to bear in mind too, her mother knows of her ability, so it's like my daughter can also cause a lot of she can wreak a lot of havoc with those powers. And I feel like, as far as everyone who was bullying Carrie and wanting to take this revenge on her, I guess, so to speak, it's kind of give and receive.
Yes.
So basically, all the evil that surrounded Carrie ended up becoming the complete embodiment of that particular kind of evil.
Yeah, I think you're correct about the giving and receiving.
Well, they asked for it in a way.
That's
like they didn't, but they did.
Yeah.
You don't know somebody really until you.
No, you don't. But once again, small town, social hierarchy.
True.
What bothered me so much about what was her name? Hannigan, whatever.
Yeah, the teacher.
No, the student that was played by the girl, the
Chris.
Chris
Hargensen.
Yeah. Well, the lady who was in Blowout and RoboCop.
Yes.
Like that actress. But
yeah, Chris Hargensen.
Yeah, so Chris Hargensen, like, I was so bothered by her character.
Yeah.
And I, in general, am so bothered by people who take such offense to being like put in their place. Like, how dare you tell me to do a thing and face consequences for my actions? Do you know who I am?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Entitled, right?
I hate it.
Yeah.
So immediately I hated her character. I get it. In another type of movie, that would have been the kind of the jock that bothers the nerdy guy.
Right.
And I get that that's the role, but man, she did a great job of just being that kind of evil. And like playing their archetype. Yeah,
of course.
Because it was a great balance and a great nuance. Sissy Spacek, was so good.
She was
portraying that kind of awkward, kind of shyness, and then you would see even with her mom, there was moments of defiance.
Yes.
In the midst of all of that, and then she would revert back to whatever she's been conditioned to do until she reached a different place, either of anger or of confidence. Once she reaches a certain level, you knew she was headed in some direction because she was gaining. Yeah. So back to the original thing regarding like what it speaks to. I just remember watching this and thinking to myself, it seemed like a lot of really aggressive behavior towards the women, and whether it's women to women or John Travolta's character.
Yes.
Because in as much as I hated her, I'm like, she probably deserves to be smacked in the mouth. I don't know how much I want to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think, I agree with you. All the characters that were sticking particularly in this clique, they all did very well.
It was a great balance. So like when John Travolta's character kind of meets his fate, you don't feel bad. Like, oh, he was just a dumb kid. No, he was a dumb kid.
He was persuaded.
He was persuaded, but still implicit.
Yes.
He's the one that went and killed the pig and got the blood and set up all of that stuff. Yeah. And he even comments about her looking really sweet and he's not like he said, why are we doing this? Yeah. He still went through with it. Yeah. So I love all of those little details. Just so you know, like everyone has the opportunity
Mm-hmm.
So there's the outright opportunity, like that girl who ends up getting thrown out the gym right before all hell breaks loose. Yeah. She has a change of heart, and she tries to do something nice, and then she follows the line. That was a great sequence.
Yes.
She follows the line
fantastic.
to the bucket of blood.
Yep.
She sees them, and she gets in the fight with the teacher. There's no words. There's just the actions and the mouthing of words. So you can see that she is genuinely trying to change the outcome.
Yeah.
But the thing is, everyone is trying to change the outcome. That's what I like about it. It seemed, I think, like you described it perfectly, as this tragedy, because everyone is trying to change the outcome.
Yeah.
And perhaps if everyone just accepted things as the way they are, that would not be the end. Because once again, popular girl is so entitled, she hates it so much that she concocts this entire plan.
Mm-hmm.
She's willing to blow John Travolta so that he would get on board in order to do all of this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Billy. That was one weird sequence.
I know.
I did not appreciate how many times
she was saying his name. Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, to each his own. Maybe
Billy was like him.
Maybe he isn't his name being said quite often. But it is, yes, it she had the opportunity at any point to just accept attention, but no, not me. So I'm not going to prom, and because I'm not going to prom, I'm going to make sure that you got in trouble because you were the ringleader to do something evil to somebody.
Yes.
And you're so mad about it that you're going to make sure, because you got reprimanded, because there was a consequence, now you're making sure that you do something evil to her?
Absolutely, yep. That's the type of person she is. And
this is why I wanted it to be slower and more painful.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be slower and more painful. Like, I'm glad. Because what is this nonsense about trying to run? After all of that, you're still trying to run her over?
I know. Honestly. Bro. Yeah, at the end,
I cannot.
What?
She bothered me so much.
She did.
When she was playing RoboCop and she couldn't keep her eyes off of the criminal dick. And then now in this movie, I'm watching her because I forgot she was this person.
Yeah, she was.
She's really good at playing these characters. I appreciate her acting because I get a visceral feeling towards her.
To be honest, you talk about Chris and how much you hate her. And I hate her too. I'm with you on that. But the one person I think I hated more than her was her friend Norma, the one who handled the ballads at the prom, because she was just looking so desperately to be a part of something that she could take pride in at destroying someone's life.
Was she the one who started off the laugh?
Yeah, right after the blood was dumped on Carrie's body,
and she
was the first person.
And she laughed
trigger
and then
laughter.
started like,
I know,
come on, laugh with me.
I know, yeah, she's the enabler.
Yes, she definitely deserved to get that water hose to the face.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Let's talk the visuals now, because it's such a beautiful film and masterfully crafted. Mm-hmm. How about let's talk like the music in the film first of all.
As I mentioned, there's lots of movies. The movies that have great music. The ones that we've seen already. Psycho has great music. Candyman has great music. What was it? Jaws has great music. Shining has great music.
Yeah.
Like, all of these films have really great music that really push it. It gives you this feeling that is so appropriate for the movie. This is among the top movies that we've seen so far with regards to the movie and how the music really plays.
Yeah, off the scene. Like, it plays very well off the scene that it's introduced.
Absolutely. Now, so I just think the music is perfection, especially for the context of the movie that it's in. Now, as far as the visuals, this is top tier cinematography.
It is.
And especially for...
You pointed that out right from the beginning, too. Like, shortly, in 5 minutes.
Yeah, especially for the time. Because remember, we've seen stuff like, once again, great music, but I would call it maybe innovative cinematography.
Yeah.
Perhaps even I don't know, like I was gonna stick with innovative. One with speaking to Halloween.
Yeah.
So
another movie from
that. So comparatively speaking, I don't consider the cinematography in Halloween perfection, but I think it's really good, and I think it is not non-typical.
Yeah.
So you can appreciate what it does and what it's trying to do.
Yeah.
Now, Carrie is speaking film language. At no point do you get lost as to what's going on with any of the movement of the camera, with any of the choice of shots.
Yeah.
You don't get lost. You're completely in it. You're locked in.
Yeah, you are.
And it's a beautiful mix of shots that get you from one point to the next, and then it always lands in this very kind of iconic or picturesque end. For example, the death of the mother and how she ends.
Yeah.
And then that's a callback to earlier. You had mentioned in class with Tommy and then Carrie in the background.
Yeah, the shot of his face here, and then Carrie was behind him when she was talking about his poem being beautiful.
If you go back and look throughout, I don't think there's one shot that's wasted.
Yeah.
It really is top tier cinematography. And I don't know that I was expecting that in this.
Yeah.
So that was really impressive to me. The lighting, the choice of the kind of choice of shooting techniques. The lighting, of course, in the gym when everything is burning down.
Yeah.
She's coming down from like her throne.
Yeah. Fires
raging in the background. All of the kind of streamers floating. It is such a beautiful chaos.
Yeah.
That they were able to do with all of that, and this is why the budget is 1.8 and not 100,000 like other things that we've seen, because you need all that budget was for the gym.
Yeah, I think the pacing of the film was incredible. The editing of the movie was done really well, especially during the prom scene after the blood was dumped on her and she starts kind of losing her mind and getting ready to unleash her rage. It's perfect because she completely took over and consumed the gym. And I loved how it showed multiple camera angles where it was showing what was going on around her in her peripherals. Like she could literally see everything that was happening, where people were going, how they were trying to escape, and it was beautiful.
Do you know what Sissy Spacek's like that transition to completely gone reminded me of?
What?
It reminded me of the reveal from Ed Norton in that movie from the early 90s with Richard Gere.
Primal Fear.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that switch.
Yeah. The
switch,
transition.
Except that was a plot device that made you like, whoa, wow, you're shocked. In this case, I think the acting was just as good.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with Sissy Spacek in this particular role. Her ability to kind of play that kind of soft and vulnerable, and then there's always moments of that defiance.
Yeah,
and so you
it's in her. She has it. Yeah.
So when it finally goes off, and it's not overdone. Yeah. It's like, she's lost it, but she's still herself. She's not crazy.
Yeah.
But she has crossed that path. So she's making these active decisions. She would have to be. It's telekinesis.
I just feel like she was just naturally taking on what people just brought out of her. And it's like that, it happens, like it kicks in. It's like her head was after the blood and she was looking up, and the moment she started bringing her eyes down, like you could see it in her face. This is it. Like, you fucked up. Like everybody in this gym fucked up.
And I think that they played off So what's his name? Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy getting like knocked over the head and falling down. I think that was a good choice because I'm thinking that Tommy might have. I know she'd already kind of snapped, so everybody seemed like they were laughing at her, but he was right there.
Yeah.
He also got blood on him too. I think if she was able to see him with blood and his and his kind of
demeanor,
righteous indignation, we would have been able to see how upset he was.
Yeah,
that might have been the thing to keep her from just laying everyone
going
out.
over. Yeah,
but he got knocked out.
Yeah,
so I think that was a good choice because I think that would have been challenging, and it was not necessary. Like, the whole point is like she had gotten to that place.
Yeah,
and
well, you saw it too, like right after the blood was tipped, and remember there is inaudible, like you couldn't hear what anybody was saying. But he did look up at the bucket and he looked at the crowd. He's like, "What's that?"
He's like,
so,
"What the hell?"
You know, he's not in on it at all. And I do think it was a good choice for him to get knocked down, because now like she felt something for him. That was a very special, endearing night for her. So she knows. I feel like the fact that you did this to me, but you also took him out as well. Like you got some of this on him. Like he was affected too. Yeah, you guys are fucked. Dude, there's not one flaw about this film. Everything is perfect. Everything is on point. It's like there wasn't too little of anything, but there wasn't too much of it either. It was no overkill.
Every time where you think perhaps you could poke a hole, they come through. Yeah. They come through, whether it's the acting, whether it's the choice of cinematography, the music, the choice for all of the silence towards the end and the slow motion. The Foley with the bucket of blood. Yeah, when you can hear the blood in the bucket move, I was like, man, that's great. That's great. And that cutting back with what's her name? When she's noticing what's happening.
Yeah, Sue.
Yeah. When she's noticing what's happening, and you think to yourself that maybe she's gonna get there in time, and then the teacher sees her, and she's like, she's not supposed to be there, so the teacher's suspicious. She has a right to be suspicious. Yeah.
Well, it's like that teacher defends Carrie. The whole movie goes to bat for her, but then in the end, you see that she's laughing after the blood was poured, which makes me wonder, though. I have to question.
No, that wasn't real. That wasn't real. That was what Carrie saw.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I was just about to say, because I feel like as a kid when I watched this movie, I'm like, oh, she's a fucking bitch. Like this chick actually who claims to care about Carrie is actually laughing at her. But to me, that said that Carrie can't trust anybody. So everybody in this gym right now is
because that wasn't the case. Because what started happening, and that's why the choice of the forget what those things are called, the kind of kaleidoscope effect.
Right.
That's why,
because you're only seeing it from her perspective.
Well, it's also like the multiples, right? It's like it's what's going through her head. She's trying to determine whether what's real and what's not, and all she could hear is the laughter, and all she could hear is all of the things that when the principal was not saying her name properly, and or anybody's like laughing at her and saying whatever. So even the people who are actually genuine, she can't tell the difference anymore. They all kind of blended in. Yeah. So that's all she is seeing is literally seeing red, and it's time to get rid of all of these people. So it's just at that point they just needed to not be there.
Yeah. Let's talk performances in the film now. Were there any of like the sort of the main build cast, any performances that really grabbed you outside of Sissy Spacek? Any performance that you're like, this is incredible?
I ended up being impressed because of the kind of last quarter of the movie with Sue. Yeah. Because she did a lot of acting in her face. She didn't have like a ton of lines towards the end. It was like the silence, and then towards the end, and then like the screaming. All of that very convincing, very believable.
Yeah.
I was impressed with her because early on I wasn't sure what to think. Because
at the beginning of the movie, she was taking part in throwing the tampons at Carrie in the shower.
And then when she was reprimanded, you saw what seemed to be remorse. I was just really impressed with her ability, that actress's ability to portray her emotions in a genuine way on her face without saying anything or saying much.
Yeah.
But because she was a part of that group, you have to be suspicious.
Yeah.
Right? So I think what's cool is like she lives because she actually was remorseful.
Yeah.
Like she had like somehow that because she made the decision to do all of the nice things and she set up that really nice moment.
Yeah.
Because if she didn't, that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
That's why she kind of got spared just by her own decision.
Yeah.
But you could also make the argument that if she didn't do that, then Carrie would just be home with her mom.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah.
But let's just be honest. Based on the way that those people treated them, it was a matter of time.
Yeah.
Before she snapped and just took everybody out.
Yeah, I think my favorite performance outside of Carrie was the actor who played Tommy. I was very moved by him. And I think I was most moved by, you know, those kinds of performances that you see, but it's like they're so memorable because you haven't seen them in anything else.
Yeah.
It's like that to me is what it was for him. I'm like, I want to see a lot more of this guy because he's doing such a great job. But he also made it difficult for me to read what his intentions were.
Yeah.
Was he actually genuinely falling in love or feeling for Carrie, or was he just playing off the role so well because he was asked to invite her to the prom? But you can see
that's the role. So that's what was impressive about his performance, because you weren't sure.
It's like every character, every actor, actress, it's like Brian De Palma pulled them aside and was like, this is your character. This is what they're all about. This is just specifically what I want from you. I don't want anything more. I just want you to fully envelop yourself into that character. This is your mission, and play it.
It seems like there was a lot of great direction.
There was, yeah,
in this film, because nobody seems out of place. Nobody seems lost at any time.
Yeah. Even the teacher, like the teacher that they had who had him, who was reading Tommy's poem.
Yeah.
Everybody just gets so into their performance.
Mm-hmm. It is not what I would expect from the movie. Mm-hmm. Because just based on the tropes of like movies with young people, like teenagers and high school stuff.
Yeah. Even
if it is a horror movie, a lot of the times it kind of falls in certain ways.
Yeah.
You know, the mean girl character.
Chris.
Yes. So like Chris's character in another movie, she would have gotten killed early on.
Uh-huh.
It's like, you know, the big boob shirt with the nipples, and then she's mean, so she gets like slashed or something. Like she would not have lasted the whole way along. What I really appreciate about this is that those characters kind of play. It's kind of like choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
And the non-typical story is what we got to see.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I appreciate that.
I really enjoyed Piper Laurie's performance as the mother, Carrie's mother. It's
another great performance. That would be in my top 3.
Yeah, she had demons, man. She was very, very, very conflicted. But I feel like from her perspective, she was really trying to protect her daughter, But there was also so much like pre-existing remorse that she had because of the father, like Carrie's father, who seemed like he also had the ability as well, but he ran off with another woman, so she was hurt clearly, and now she's just sort of subjecting that trauma that she has onto her daughter, on Carrie. And I'm sure it's a reminder if Carrie has the same ability.
Yeah, her mother's
only she couldn't control the father, so like, let me control my daughter. But yeah, she was, and like that scene too, when she was like really trying to convince Carrie not to go to the prom when she was getting ready in her room. And like, you remember like when she was like, they looked out the window and Tommy hadn't arrived yet. So then she goes and tells her, she's like, he's not coming. He's not coming. And then there was like that moment when she like panicked in her face and like freaked out. And I'm like, man, she's really like struggling right now. Like, she does not want Carrie to leave. And that's what I mean, is that everybody, it's a lot to ask for, all these roles, because you have to show it physically and emotionally. Like, it's the way that you deliver it. It's like, we want to see it in your body, we want to see it on your face, and it's not always the easiest thing to do, especially when you have a cast like this where everyone has to kind of do the same thing, almost like similar. So it's like everybody's kind of in on it for the most part. So it's like everybody has to be able to show that in their face, and it was a lot. I do think it was a lot, but everybody did it so remarkably and flawless, to be honest. What about jump scares that stuck out to you at all?
So I didn't jump at all, with the exception of the very end. And because of that, I think that was perfection. I think if more movies,
the end, like
in the dream sequence,
right, when she pulled on her arm,
when she's kneeling down to lay some flowers, and then arm grabs her, and she bursts and starts screaming. That, if more movies, these types of movies, kind of implemented using jump scares sparingly, they would be more impactful. And this was one of the most impactful jump scares, like, ever.
So overall, in conclusion, it's sounding to me like you share a similar perspective, where you can't detect not one single flaw with this film. I think everything is absolutely remarkable. You can tell that there was so much thought put into this. They really planned everything out down to a T.
The execution was excellent. So
absolutely, yeah. There's literally not a damn thing that I could say that I don't like about this film. We talked about, just before we started this recording, that we would place this film in the same category as Psycho and The Shining and Jaws. I mean, it's a flawless film.
All of the top movies that we've seen that we would consider flawless movies. And then for me, it's like certain things that are like on the precipice of perfection. So for me, that would be Candyman. I think it's perfect, but I can see how someone might not think it's perfect.
Right.
I don't think anyone has an argument that where I would be willing to be like, okay, agree to disagree or something like that with this particular.
With Carrie,
No,
no. Out of 5 jump scares, I rate this an absolute perfect score of 5. That's what I give it.
And I would say the same. I'm nervous because we've seen far too many quality movies. I have a feeling we're in for a lot of garbage.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like that's coming. Now,
and if not garbage,
nowhere near as good. I'm feeling like.
But this was absolutely. This was a great film.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's it. That's our review for Carrie, 1976, from Brian De Palma. We both give it 5 jump scares out of 5 jump scares. If you have any recommendations that you guys want to give us, be sure to let us know in the comments below. and we will make sure to record a review and send a shout out to you guys. And next week be there because we are going to be recording review for Child's Play, first Chucky movie. Haven't seen it in a while actually, so I'm really excited about that.
Similar to Carrie, haven't seen it for a very long time.
Right.
But at least with this one, I barely remember anything because I saw more than one Chucky movie.
Yeah.
So it'll probably all blend together, and I would probably remember some things and not remember most things, which is good.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, so we'll see you there. This is Scary Terry, and
this is Rock Horror.
Absolutely. We are Campfire Spookhouse, where we scare ourselves awake. We'll see you next week, folks.